Forest and Matthew class. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. My video stopped recording. So I've lost my train of thought. We were talking, yes, you're getting your 20 counters, and we were talking about what a quarter was, and I showed you those. So today we're going to think about finding a quarter of an amount. So looking at groups of objects and trying to find 1/4 of that group of objects. So what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a number, and you are going to find that number of counters, and then I'm going to show you these sentences, and we're going to fill in these sentences together. Just going to do a couple, okay? So can you find me please 4 counters? 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do when you find those counters, and I'm going to draw the counters on my whiteboard. So you in front of you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 counters. And those 4 counters, I want you to try and find and try and split them into quarters. Now let's think. How many groups are we going to create if we're finding a quarter? We're going to create 4 groups. So how many are you going to have in each group? It's difficult, isn't it? So what we do is pretend we have like plates, and we're going to have 4 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to put the counters onto the plates and find out how many we'll have on each quarter. So here are my 4 plates. Remember, we have to have an equal amount. So look, oh, is it quite straightforward? Is 4 quite straightforward? Because look, put 1 on that plate, 1 on that plate, 1 on that plate, 1 on that plate. So what's 1/4 of 4? What's 1/4 of 4? Let's have a look at our sentences. How many counters did we have? There are 4 counters. How many have we got in each quarter? On each plate, how many have we got in each quarter? We've got 1. There is 1 counter in each quarter. So a quarter of 4 is 1. There's our sentences done. Right, let's do another one. Can you find 8 counters, please? So while you're finding your 8 counters, I am going to draw 8 counters on my board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can try and squeeze me in on one line. 7, 8. Okay, there are my 8 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need my quarters. So how many groups are we going to have? We're going to have 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with yours, could you split your counters into 4 equal groups? So you do 1 on one plate. What's that out? 1 on the next plate. It out. So you can move yours, can't you? You should be moving your counters into those 4 groups. 1 on this plate, cross it out. 1 on this plate. You should be moving your counters into those 4 groups. And look, I've got 1 on each, and now I need to go back to the beginning. So look, put that one on there. Put that one on there. Put that one on there. And put that one on there. So have I still got 8? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, I've still got 8. Let's come back to our sentences. So how many counters did we have to begin with? We had 8. There are 8 counters. How many have we got in each quarter? How many on each plate? 2. There are 2 counters in each quarter. So a quarter of 8 is 2. A quarter of 8 is 2. We're going to do one more together. And do one more. Could you find 12? Could you find 12 counters for me, please? So I'll draw mine on my board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to split our counters, so you should have 12 in front of you, into 4 groups or onto 4 plates. So here are my 4 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start grouping them. So move 1, then the next. So 1 on my first plate, cross it out. 1 on my next plate, cross it out. 1 on my next place, cross it out. You'll be moving yours, won't you? You'll be physically moving your counters. 1 on this plate, cross it out. Look, I've got 1 on each plate now. Now I need to go back and start putting 2 on each plate. So you should be moving all of yours. There you go. Got 2 on each plate, but look, I've got more, so I'm going to go back. Cross it out. Back, cross it out. Back, cross it out. Back, cross it out. Look, I've put them all in. Have you grouped yours? Have you got the same answer as me? Let's go back to our sentences. Let's have a look. So, there are, how many counters did we have? 12 counters. How many counters have you got in each group? Got the same as me? 3 counters in each group. There are 3 counters in each quarter, in each group, in each quarter. So, a quarter of 12 is 3. Amazing. Well done. Now, I've got a tricky one for you now. Tricky task for you to do. I don't know if I can find them. Here. You've got some sheets here which say finding half and quarter. So you've got groups of objects. What I suggest you do is use your whiteboards and group the objects and into whatever it is asking you to do. Now, the tricky thing is underneath it, it says circle, and then it's got a funny number. It's got a funny number that we haven't shown you yet today, because not only when you see a quarter is it asking you to do something, a quarter and a half is a number. So as well as writing them in words, like we've been doing, you can write them as a number, but they look very different. And you'll think a bit more about that at another time. So look, I've written half and I've written quarter. But if I wanted to write half as a number, I would write it like this. 1/2. 1 line 2. The way of writing half as a number. If I wanted to write quarter as a number, I would do 1/4. Half, 1/2. A quarter, 1/4. So when you're looking at your sheets, it'll say circle a quarter of the cats. So what I would do is get your whiteboard and do exactly like I was doing. I drew 4 circles and put the cats into the 4 circles and work out what a quarter of them is. Some of them say circle a quarter, and some of them say circle a half. That one there says circle a half of the tennis balls. Use your whiteboards. Draw. So if you're finding a quarter, you draw 4 circles. If you're finding a half, you draw 2 circles. And then group them into quarters. Split them into quarters. Have a go at those sheets. Now, there's no video on a Friday, so this is the last video of the week. If you want to do more maths, then you can go to the White Rose Maths, and on there you will find lots of activities. So there's one activity for each day that you could have done each day, or you could do some of them tomorrow. The link is on the email that I sent to your grown-ups, so they should be able to find if you want to do even more maths on Friday. But I will do another video on Sunday, and so I will see you for maths again next Monday. But hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, Forest class. I'll see you tomorrow evening on Zoom. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye.